Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss what are MOOCs and what are the major differences between a MOOC and an online course. There seems to be a lot of confusion on what are the main differences between the two. So in today's presentation, I will talk about the major differences of the two and kind of define in a short manner what a MOOC is. So defining a MOOC, I found this article on the internet, and we will just go over this article quickly and try to make some sense out of it. So the definition of MOOC is a non-defined pedagogical format to organize learning, teaching, training on a specific topic in an informal, online, and collaborative way. That's really the main definition. It doesn't really say much, but when we go through the differences, we can see what are the differences with online courses and MOOCs, and the definition should be a little bit more clear. Number one, unlike an online course which focuses more on content, MOOCs focuses more on context. Good content is a prerequisite to creating a MOOC, but what keeps it going is dynamic build-up to context around the content. So it's very context heavy compared to an online course. Number two, online courses are closed-ended with static content. The content in a MOOC is not static. It evolves dynamically through learner participation, creation of user-generated content, and collaboration. Base content is just a starting point for any MOOCs. So this one is saying is basically it's more, MOOCs are more dynamic. The modules are always changing. People are adding on to the modules compared to an already set up online course. For number three, courses are assigned to learners typically by organizations they work in. Sometimes learner will sign up voluntarily for a degree or a diploma. However, in either case, they will learn in isolation as individual. In a MOOCs, however, learners come together voluntarily to form cohorts and groups. MOOCs have the potential to give rise to communities of practices or enhance the learning within an already existing COP. So in this one, it really talks about how online classes, you're really by yourself, you have a set amount of assignments to do and you complete it, you're kind of isolated. It's not always true, but that's really the main aspect of an online course. But for a MOOCs, there's more collaboration involved, and it takes a group to complete whatever set goals there are set by the instructors in a MOOC course. Number four, courses are either bought off the shelf or custom built. MOOCs do not always require custom built content to set up unless the need is very specific. MOOC on various topics can be set up using a blended content, some custom designed and some repurposed for OERs and other available content from the net, as long as one takes care of to note the various IPR related policies. Number five, the content in MOOC can be replaced, updated quickly because a well-designed MOOC should ideally be based on the principles of micro-learning with no learning byte exceeding a max of 10 to 12 minutes, ideally unless the topics call for a larger chunk of learning for it to be meaningful. So content resources that are there are much smaller and refined. Number six, courses are designed by learning designers and SMEs and disseminated to the learners. MOOCs flatten the world by bringing everyone on the same plane. A learner can become a facilitator and vice versa. The roles blur, making learning a democratic process rather than a hierarchical one. So in a MOOCs, the instructor and the role of an instructor and the learner are usually interchanged, which is not the same in an online course where we have an instructor giving out assignments and your grades and so forth. So there are other main differences, but we will just stop here at six so that you can think about this and let me know if you have any questions.